Un momento, por favor. Deactivate. Reactivate. Apologies, everybody. I don't know what is happening to my webcam right now. Hopefully, it will decide to fix itself relatively soon. Till then, welcome, everybody. Mobile Mayhem. Okay. For a second, I thought I was going to be co-casterless, but it looks like we're almost good to go. I was deactivating and reactivating the wrong one. Would you look at that? My beautiful face. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Let me move my stuff around. And get that up there. Do I have a... I guess I don't have a tab open for the YouTube stream. And all of YouTube chat's about to be spamming. Bobby's late! Bobby's late! Oh no! Yeah, we'll just flip the switch and hope that we're good to go, you know? Sometimes that's just the way of the road. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic day so far today. We are back with another week of Mobile Mayhem. This is going to be our final week prior to qualifiers. Definitely should be a fun one to watch. For those of you who have not been following along, For those of you who have not been following along on social media, we do actually have Hammers, aka Arsenal, dropping out of the competition. So they will no longer be competing. Everybody going up against them from now on will receive an automatic +10 due to the DQ. I've got to find out what the password is. Password. Password is what we need. What up, what up, what up? So first matchup of the day, now that we've established that we do have a ban for... Who did I say was banned? Not banned. One second, I gotta put the password in. Basically, Hammers disbanded. At least their NA roster did. And I heard something similar happen to their EU roster too. Looking at this schedule, we do have Violence versus Status Quo in the first matchup. Keep in mind, 2 of the teams qualified for Stage 4 of the COD Mobile Championships. After that, we got Exiled versus Truly. Truly also qualified. Infinix versus Nova Academy. That'll definitely be one of our matchups of the night, but honestly, Fierce versus Tribe Gaming is definitely going to be a good one as well. So, actually, a couple of good matchups to watch that I'm definitely excited for. Like I said, we did have Arsenal dropping out of the competition. That will result in a free win for... Who would they have gone against? Wait. Oh my gosh. I always forget to turn that music off. I always forget to turn the music off. So Hammers would have gone against... Who am I missing? Status Quo, Infinix. Really? Oh, they would have gone against Nova Champs. That's what that matchup would have been. Okay. All right. should be good to go pretty soon. As you can see, I am in the lobby. I believe that's Day right there. Yep, I'd recognize that username anywhere. Or not the username, the avatar. Anywhere I go. Haha, Hammers sucked anyway. I feel like Hammers was pretty good. I feel like Hammers had a shot at ruffling some feathers, but we do have the one and only, the beautiful Denominate, or however you pronounce it. I think that's right, ish.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, getting ready for our first match of the day. It is going to be Violence versus Status Quo, and I just realized they didn't get to see you anyway. Now you get to see him, Chad. Don't worry. We're good. We do have Hammers dropping out of the competition. Free 10 points for everybody that would have gone against them. And on the bright side, it is the last week, so nobody will be too heavily impacted. Looking at the standings real quick, obviously Hammers will be eliminated from the competition, so they'll be down at a 0 down at the bottom. The free 10 points going to Nova Champs. I believe that is their first 10 points in the competition. Infinix and Nova Academy, who are actually going to be playing each other today, are pretty well situated up at the top of Division 2, so that'll definitely be a good one to watch. And then Tribe going up against Fierce. Those two are pretty solidly at the top of Division 1, so the last two games of the night are definitely going to be a couple of fun ones to watch.
Yeah, definitely have some good games ahead of us today. For anybody perhaps joining us late or hasn't been able to keep updated with everything, we did have Hammers actually drop out of Mobile Mayhem for, I believe, both Europe and North America. So
yep,
that is why you guys.
Oh,
are
I
only
didn't know
seeing...
they dropped from Mobile Mayhem for Europe.
I believe so.
Yeah, that does sound right. I heard that there were other things happening, so makes sense.
At least for here, they're at least
Yep,
for sure not here for the rest of this season of Mobile Mayhem.
Yep, we do have Stage 4 of North America coming up this weekend. I'll tell you what, the team that they got to cast/host for that one is it's a spicy one. Y'all are gonna have fun watching that one.
For what was it, Bobby? I missed.
For the NA champs this weekend.
Oh, yep.
Can we say why Hammers dropped out? Basically, the Arsenal pretty much disbanded. So, as they don't have a team, they're just like, yep. All right. We got all of our players in. Good to go. Violence versus Status Quo. All these players trying to do their best to get ready for Stage 4 this weekend. Should be a good one. I've got high hopes for Status Quo in this one. If the thing is, they've got really good assets. It's just that they very rarely all perform really well at the same time. So one game it'll be Skill pops off, one game it'll be Moralto, one game it's Impulsive. I think if they can get all three of those players to really gel and mesh together and have a good game, we could definitely see them potentially get the win today and also cause some tables to turn in Stage 4 this weekend as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I do harp on it quite a bit for this team, but really their star player to me is definitely going to be relying on Moralto and Impulsive to have a good performance. Impulsive, honestly, was one of my top votes for possibly MVP of the season last season, or at least Rookie of the season. So he's consistently a top slayer. We have seen him struggle here and there, but overall, pretty strong performance out of him for this roster. Moralto, we talk about him a lot, hits a lot of those really nasty snipes. Um, Skill and Silva, though, we definitely have seen them have some big games as well. So if they can bring their A game today and really help Impulsive and Moralto, they definitely have a big opportunity ahead of them where they could potentially beat out Violence here.
Yep, for sure. And we've seen Violence be kind of up and down really ever since their first time playing in Mobile Mayhem. Some days they're just all there and they are slaying out, and some days they just can't seem to get things together. So hopefully they'll be able to get that consistency there like we've seen some of the other teams do as of late in Mobile Mayhem. We are good to go, as it looks like a few snipers in play. It's actually only going to be Mason sniping off the start, which is... Oh, and no snipers off the start. Once again, not too surprising to see, as in a match of Hardpoint, typically you want max mobility to help you be able to get those rotations on time and push into the hardpoints too. We do have Forbid pushing mid side. We will get a couple kills coming in for Violence off the start as they look to get the break off here.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested.
Yeah, we do have a couple snipers in play right now in Moralto and in Mason. You do typically see this on the first point just because there's so much sniper potential between the two windows. But we very likely or possibly may see them switch off into like an HG40 or something for future points, and then maybe moving back over to basketball court. If there's an opportunity, we definitely could see some sniper rifles coming out there. But so far, Status Quo getting a couple kills on the board. Very even game so far. A lot of stall on this first hard point, which we do quite see quite often. And now it is going to be Status Quo taking a very slight lead here as Yuna picks up another kill on Mason, but Olev gonna find the return.
Yeah, Impulsive set up really well right there. He was only able to get one kill, but with teammates on the hill, obviously can set up pretty well to pick up a couple of frags. It is a 22-point lead off the start for Status Quo right here. Skill laying down some shots on the back of the hard point as well, not quite able to find anybody. He will be able to pick up the frag onto Will, gets traded by Decoy, and still pretty even throughout. It does look like we'll have control for Status Quo at the time being, but I believe that we have spawn control coming in for Violence right here. 3 players on the hill. Will heading on out to see if he can make a push toward that next rotation as well. Maybe get a flank on the side for the players entering in for Status Quo right here. He will spot a couple and picks up the initial shot onto Yuna before Skill is able to take him out from behind.
Yeah, and again, Skill is one of the players that we definitely have seen struggle a little bit in the consistency department, and it's working out pretty well for them here that he's actually seemingly having a pretty solid start to the day. 5 kills on the board for him, is rocking the War Machine, which will be a really big tool moving on over into Garage. So definitely be looking out for him moving over that way, as well as Moralto has the War Machine out, but looking over at the side of Violence, we do have Annihilators across the board except for Olev rocking the Tempest. So definitely going to have to be looking to see if any Goliaths come online. Olev definitely has a big opportunity to shut those down.
Will for Violence already up to 9 kills. Not typically a player that we see pop off big time, especially in respawns, but looking really good so far. Will not see Yuna sitting in the corner waiting patiently, picking up the frag right there, and we're still staying very, very close off the start of this one. Only a 10-point game, and Status Quo is ticking upward as they've, for the most part, secured this hard point. They've sent out a couple players to go for the break, but Skill's going to be able to pick up the frag, as is Moralto. Will, the only remaining player, and he is going to be taken out by Moralto. That'll allow Status Quo to secure the rest of the time on the hill. We do have Violence already rotating out to secure basketball court, and it looks like Will kind of chilling there by himself. Should be a solid start for him on this basketball hardpoint.
Yeah, definitely a good one to look forward to. This game has actually been quite back and forth, which has made it a bit more exciting, as we do see now on basketball court, Violence locking things down. They're in a good spot to retake the lead here, as basketball court is one of the more difficult hardpoints to push in, shy of just getting a big kill feed. Does look like we may have some lag forming here for Will, though, so hopefully he'll be able to get that sorted out. There we go. Looks like he switched out a bit there. But that is Violence taking the lead back in their favor. Status Quo Silva is able to find a kill onto Mason. As we mentioned a bit earlier, typically on this map only see snipers on that first hard point, and then it starts to shift. And that has been the case as Mason and Maralto both have switched off into the DRH and the HG40. So no surprises there.
Based on some of the sprays that I'm seeing so far, I would probably guess that Status Quo maybe just got their new devices for the Stage 4 Championships. A couple of sprays that probably should have been closed out a little bit earlier than they were able to, but regardless, they have been able to hold their own so far. Still a good bit of the way back for Biz actually able to turn onto Impulsive right there. Another one of those sprays that, like I said, probably should have come through. Not able to make it happen for Bid, as a result, already up to 16 kills and playing a big role in Violence, getting this 40-point lead. Status Quo's on the hard point, but with a cluster strike on the way in, they will be forced to clear out right here. And Maralto spraying across to get another frag right there. I believe they've actually got a player in the very back corner able to continue gathering some of that time on the hill and moving closer and closer to a tie game. We do have Violence turning things around and getting the break on the hard point.
Yeah, they were able to turn things around there, securing themselves a couple of extra points. Obviously not going to be enough to win with only 10 seconds left at this point on the hard point, but they will get themselves in very close range of picking up the W. Mason has turned things around quite a bit here. He was just sitting at 3 kills no more than a minute ago, now approaching double digits, so had a big streak for him there. Status Quo making an excellent rotation over towards mid. They do find a couple kills, but unfortunately have been unable to open up the objective enough for them to rotate in. And now they're really fighting against the wire here, Bobby. 15 points to go for the side of Violence if they want to pick up this first round win. We are looking across into just 10 points away now. Status Quo have to pull together here, but Mason got the Annihilator out and finds 3.
Yeah, that was a must-have Annihilator kill for Silva and ended up missing the shot. We are going to have the Goliath out for Maralto, but actually gets shocked by the Tempest. That will stop him dead in his tracks. And it will be Violence coming out on top in our first game of the night. Pretty close start, but they finished that one out very, very well. 20 kills on the board for Forbid, 17 for Will. Mason with 11, who we talked about had a very, very slow start, but was able to turn things around in a big way. Next up, we will be heading into Search and Destroy on Meltdown. Like we always talk about, Search and Destroy is always where you see those snipers play the biggest factor. We got Mason will be sniping most likely for Violence, and Maralto sniping for Status Quo. Both of these guys definitely going to be looking to get their shots dialed in and ready to go for this weekend. We'll be going up against the best snipers in North America, and if there's one thing that we've seen, one of the biggest factors when it comes to sniping is just your confidence. This is a huge opportunity for them to really get into that rhythm and set themselves up well for this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and we definitely have to see A-game performances coming out of both of these teams. As you mentioned, obviously, we have COD champs coming up, both of these teams being champs teams. Definitely want to wish them the best luck moving forward. Obviously, come this weekend, we want to see the most exciting games we possibly can. So definitely hope to see them pull things together. Forbid had a great performance here today. Will as well, as you mentioned, not a player we normally see fragging as hard as he did. And Decoy and Mason did struggle a bit early on, but closed that game out with just really, really precise shots with the Annihilators there at the end. And this should be a exciting match to get in for Meltdown now. Obviously, we've talked a bit about Mason and Maralto both being snipers, and this map offers a lot of potential, both mid and B side, to see those sniper early picks.
For sure, we will have over on the offensive side Violence, and they have opted to full send over toward that B site. trusting in their sniper Mason. Going to be crucial to see whether or not he's able to control that. Everybody for Status Quo going mid-side, and actually it looks like going for the quick flank for Bid, not able to get the trip mine kill right there, and spots somebody sliding across, not able to pick up the frag. Silva will find the RPG into the trophy system, drops down, and actually ends up, I believe, RPGing or Molotoving himself, so kills coming in left and right. It will be a one-man advantage right here for Violence, and Forbid with one player to his right, not peeking quite yet, not able to hit the initial shots, does slide through and get the frag, and is now 2v1. Impulsive versus Mason, now a 1v1. And all the pressure is on for Mason. The pressure's on for Impulsive. Mason doesn't even care. Lands the snipe, and it will be Violence up 1-0 off the start.
Yeah, and that's a good start for Violence, especially coming off of that Hardpoint win. They are one round closer to picking up a win here. Obviously, still a lot of game ahead of us, though. They need 5 more, as well as Status Quo 6 rounds away from pushing us into a game 3. At least. So we will have to see how the rest of this game goes. Does look like we have a little bit of a slow start here for the side of Violence, leaving spawn a little bit late. But actually, no challenge mid. Meralto has opted not to snipe this round, which is a little iffy to me. But Olev, who had a great performance with that Kilo last week, was unable to find a kill there and ends up dropping himself.
Yeah, definitely not ideal positioning. Typically, if you are Violent, you would like to push up a little bit further and be able to establish yourself at least in the sniper's nest. So we'll have 2 players dropping for them off the start. Will taking shots right there, and a little bit surprised that he ended up surviving that one. Will be able to regen inside Boiler Room, and right now just trying to dodge shots to be able to get that HP all the way back up. We do have Impulsive. Try to push from the spawn side, not able to find anybody there, but 3 kills on the board for him, as well as Skill, who currently overlooking that mid area from spawn building. Decoy, it looks like, actually just reconnected and will take some hipfire shots, barely wins the gunfight against Skill, and just like that, we are tied up 3 players apiece. Decoy probably should have waited a little bit longer to push out right there, and ends up paying for the lack of patience. We will have Will picking up another frag to tie us up 2 players apiece, and time is running low. Only 23 seconds for Violence to be able to get this bomb plant down. Forbid is able to win the gunfight, but with only 15 seconds, he's going to need to make a lot happen in a very short period of time. More than likely, probably just going to try to play for the kill, and if you're Meralto right now, you don't even need to be anywhere close to this situation. You just want to make sure he's not able to get the plant down. Perfect play coming in from him, and that will allow Status Quo to tie things up at 1-1.
Yeah, Meralto did a great job just playing the clock there. He did get some vision and knew at the 7-second mark that we were not anywhere in range of the bomb. So, as you mentioned, he had no need to challenge that fight in the 1v1. If he dies, doesn't matter if there's a plant or not, they lose the round. So he did the right thing, taking off and picking round 1 up for the side of Status Quo.
We do have both teams hopping up top of generators. It will be Decoy picking up the first blood onto Impulsive. Getting very aggressive right here. Picks up another onto Skill. Makes a third onto Silva. Beautiful play for him, and it's a 3-man advantage. Not able to land shots onto Yuna, but his teammate Mason is waiting. It is now a 5v1 to close this one out. All the pressure on Meralto, who is yet to pick up a kill in this matchup so far. Does have the AR out, opting not to use the sniper, like we said. More than likely, some of these... Oh my gosh, what did he just do? Hits the AR shots as he's putting it away, picks up the sniper, turns, lands another one! Will's down, it's now a 1v2. Not able to hit the shot toward mid. Decoy's there in the turret, and will pick up the final kill to give Violence the round win, 2-1.
Yeah, it was at least an exciting way to go down from Meralto there, picking up 3 for the team. Gets the hip fire with the DRH, and as you mentioned, as picking up the sniper, is able to get the turn onto Mason, picks up the quickscope there. Unable to find the kill onto Decoy, though, as Decoy did have the shield turret down and was able to clutch things up for Violence there after what was almost looking like a potential comeback for Meralto there, as he picks up another kill on his own. Almost able to find another, but played a little bit too aggressive there, and Mason is going to drop.
Yeah, that was a beautiful...
Impulsive.
I believe that was actually a dark scope coming out of Mason, so Olev all by himself gets the double kill right there. Oh, the sniper plays coming in left and right from both of these teams right now, and it is just looking absolutely beautiful. We'll see if he can manage to get the final kill to clutch the 1v3. We do have the bomb down over on generators, and Yuna rotating all the way around over towards spawn side. It looks like Olev will be able to pick it up, as well as the KRM chilling on the ground. He's got a minute to work with, so not a whole lot of pressure on right now. More than likely going to try to play these tight angles and see if he can manage to pick up a shotgun kill. Obviously, the one-tap ability right there going to give him the advantage, but not able to land the first shot. And Yuna picks up his first kill of the game and ties things up at 2-2.
Yeah, that was a big round for Yuna there, who is struggling down with 1 kill right now, but fortunately came around the corner at the right time. Kind of threw Olev off a little bit, and as you saw, we flicked around for Olev, missed the initial shot with the shotgun, and Yuna was able to find his first kill of the game so far and tie things up for the team 2-2. So this is getting to be a pretty exciting game, as Meralto did almost drop there, was able to recover and finds the return kill onto Decoy, but Mason picks one up for skill for a player advantage now on the side of Violence.
Yeah, Mason looking really good so far. We've seen the power of that sniper, especially over on the B site, as he is up at 5 kills already. Decoy looking really good for Violence as well, and Impulsive just barely misses that frag over generator side. Pulling out the smoke right here, potentially looking to cause a little bit of a distraction, as we do have Olev kind of isolated over on the spawn side. He does have that kilo, which if he's not able to hit the initial shot, is not going to be an easy one to use, but he does land the initial shot, takes out Impulsive, he makes it a double, drops Meralto as well, and I think it's pretty safe to say we can give Olev #1 Iron Sight kilo user in COD Mobile. I think he's earned that title.
Yeah, I mean, he had a phenomenal performance last week. He's doing great here today. 6 kills on the board, as you mentioned, Iron Sight Squo.
Yeah, this is the first A push that we've actually had for the entire game, and it does result in a free plan coming in for Status Quo. Decoy is able to win the gunfight, and you can hear Silva actually using that new 5.56 attachment for the AK, increasing the rate of fire. Gonna spot him around the corner, easy hip fire right there. It's now a 2v2. Looking to pick up another one, not able to land the shots onto Decoy. Mason continuing to hit those snipes. They're going to let him get the defuse right there. He and Decoy combining for 21 kills so far. And it is now match point for Violence.
Yeah, Violence sitting in a great spot. I do like that Status Quo made that rotation over to A. They were struggling incredibly hard with the B-side sniper presence coming out of Olev as well as Mason. As you mentioned, Mason 11 kills on the board. Olev not too far behind with 7. I mean, that's almost 20 just between the 2 snipers. So
Yeah.
Really goes to show what kind of presence they have been having. It does look like we are getting the B-side rush once again from Status Quo, and they definitely need to do something here, as it is Decoy picking up kill on Silva, and Forbid gets one on skill as well, but Meralto was able to pick up a kill for himself. It's now 3-4 Violence. They've got to be feeling good this round.
And Mason trolling for a little bit right there, but he decided the trolling is over. Let me just go ahead and end this one real quick. The beautiful back-to-back snipes to finish that one out, and it will be Violence taking the win 6-3. That will give them the match win and the +20 on the scoreboard as well, and definitely the start to this week that they were looking to have.
Yeah, and again, you know, for both of these teams looking forward towards obviously upcoming champs matches, I'm glad to see them both come through with such strong performances. In the end, obviously, it was Violence taking control in both Hardpoint and Search and Destroy, but we saw some excellent shots coming out of Meralto there. Impulsive had a pretty reasonable day today, but Skill and Silva, again, players who we do see struggle with consistency a bit, came through with a strong performance, at least comparative to the beginning of the season. So again, Violence, it's hard to lose Search and Destroy with, you know, Mason dropping 13 kills, Decoy at 11, Olev with 7. Once again, the sniper performance out of Violence today was just absolutely insane.
Without a doubt, definitely Mason showing off a little bit right there, and definitely playing up to the standard. I'm not sure how that guy got into the lobby, but taking a look at our schedule, obviously that was a 2-0 going the way of Violence. Coming up next, we are going to have Exiled versus Truly, and then after that, the two matchups that I'm definitely looking forward to, Infinix versus Nova Academy, the two top Division 2 teams, Fierce versus Tribe Gaming, the two top Division 1 teams. Both should definitely be great matchups, and hopefully we'll get a nice 3-game series out of both. I mean, we could very well have one between Exiled and Truly right here. I would say there are two pretty evenly matched teams as well, with Truly also getting ready for this weekend's Stage 4 NA Champs.
Absolutely. I believe this is the same guy as last time. I think the name has changed, but I think this is the same guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know how he figured it out.
Somehow manages to always figure it out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I apologize, chat, for some reason. YouTube, last couple times, it's never whenever I stream, just like regular gameplay, but for some reason, every single time that I stream Mobile Mayhem on YouTube, it just lags out. If you guys want it to not lag out, go watch on Trovo.
Shameless Trovo plug.
Yeah. It looks like I missed a 75 message long conversation in Discord. Can somebody fill me in?
As far as I assume the casting Discord.
Yeah.
Don't recall there being anything like super important in there.
Okay, nothing for us. Good.
Yeah.
I think I saw Moralto in chat. I know y'all lost, but that clip that you hit was pretty nasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the cleanest clips that I've ever seen. Just the quick AR spray, picks up the sniper. As he picks up the sniper, hits the sniper shot. That was...
I asked him right at the beginning of the stream, I'm like, Moralto, you bringing the spicy snipes today? And he said yes, and I must say he delivered. I mean, didn't pop off quite as hard as Mason, but it was fun to watch. There was nice, clean shots in there.
For sure. We do have our first Exiled player loaded in. Hopefully the rest of the team will soon follow. Taking a look at our standings real quick. That'll definitely be a pretty big match for Violence, as that will actually allow them to move pretty close to both Infinix and Nova Academy with 50 points. Pretty much guaranteeing them a spot in... I'm trying to think if there's any way they could not get a spot. If we do have Exiled going 2-0 in both matchups, the one that they're playing right now and the one they play on Thursday, and if Violence goes, or if they lose at all, then Exiled will move on over Violence. But for the most part, it looks like Violence has set themselves up pretty well, as Exiled will need back-to-back sweeps, which is no easy feat. And yeah, it looks like the divisions are good. I like the new scoring system that we have, just because it keeps things a lot closer.
Yeah, I agree. It also, if you start off the season bad, you're not automatically in so deep of a hole that you can't come back. So
yep, for sure.
Which again, almost prevented the team that went on to win last season from even making it. Yep. I mean, there was ties happening all over the place there.
Yep. All right.
to maybe send any info over to Maple to see if he can help me figure out why this is still not liking. While we're waiting to get into this game, I will let you guys in chat know we have some new exciting things we're working on that we will hopefully get to you guys pretty soon. Gonna leave it pretty vague for now, but definitely have some good stuff coming your way.
Oh, yeah. Always upgrading. Yep. Just waiting on Truly. As you guys know, Truly's never on time, so this is no surprise. Also, just FYI, I will be casting the Trovo content creator showdown tomorrow afternoon.
You want my pussy, friend? You want my delicious pussy?
What? Where am I hearing that from? Okay.
Here.
That was not family friendly.
Ah. Interesting.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
I
heard you talking and then it got quiet.
It was the kid using game chat. I don't know how my game chat even got turned on, but B, he said he's in my clan. Yeah, different one. For those of you just now joining us, we have had one match so far. It was Violence versus Status Quo. Violence came away with the 2-0 win. I have most of Truly on my friends list, and I don't think any of them are online. Are we positive that they are showing up?
Hopefully.
No chat, I don't have corona. Bobby should do Mobile Mayhem with fans. No cash prize needed. That would just be called a scrim. That it kind of stops being Mobile Mayhem when you don't have the pro teams and the money.
Yeah, it does put a little bit of a damper on it.
And chat just heard the guy in game chat. All right, it looks like Solid will show up for Truly right there. Oh, goodness. All right. Hopefully now that Solid's in here, the rest should join soon after. I believe he is the manager for Truly as well. A Truly gamer. We have not seen him in a hot minute.
You are correct.
I believe he is part of the qualifying roster for them for stage 4. So, oh, and he's gone. All right. I'm not gonna switch it to members only chat. We will have Raven joining up. Hopefully the rest joining soon after. Tiprath joining up as well. Just a couple more, and we should be good to hop into match number 2. Shut up, Maple.
Let me try something real quick.
All right. Pretty. Why is it take? What's taking so long? Truly never shows up to anything on time. That's the main thing. Uh-huh. Yup. Is the stream delayed? Yes. 2-minute stream delay. Why are you taking so long?
See if that works any better, Bobby.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
Not seeing it yet. Fantastic.
Somebody said, I doubt they're going to show up for champs on Saturday. They'll probably show up. It'll just be 30 minutes late. Bam, 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 bam. Sorry, chat. I don't know what to talk about right now. I just want them to get into... There we go. We've got 5 players in. Hardpoint Summit gonna be game number 1. Easy. We're almost ready. Thank you for your patience. You should spectate EU T2 scrims. Why would I? Why? All right. Hardpoint on Summit. Getting ready to be underway. Surprisingly enough, haven't seen a whole lot of players using the HVK, which recently got a attachment that effectively breaks the gun, so maybe something that we see become a little bit more commonly used, but off the start, nothing too surprising to see. And pulling out the KRM right there, something we've seen him use a good bit before, and as we are on Summit Hardpoint, not too surprising to see. Cryo Bomb will go over top, slowing down the opponent. Hit markers the first shot, not able to land a kill shot, and Tiprath 1 HP down below will end up dropping right there and able to pick up the frag onto Clashy, as well as we do have control of the hardpoint. Kind of going the way of Exiled, really contested for the most part throughout the entire time, and both teams looking to secure a little bit more time as we have Neji on the top side looking to pick up a frag. Slowly ticking upward for Exiled, but nothing too significant as of yet.
Yeah, it's been a pretty slow start here so far, which typically we do see on the first Hardpoint. We'll often see things say either pretty neutral or scoring back and forth, which was how it started off, but it looks like we do have a little bit of an edge going over to the side of Exiled here, as Grace actually having a big opening performance here. 4 kills on the board already.
Hostiles have
And
hardpoint.
as well as Darky and Ends now both have 4 on the board as well. Tiprath doing the best he can for the team, 5 kills on the board. I'm actually interested to see if he ends up sticking with the Shadow Blade here, not something we see very often. As well as we have a Gravity Spikes out for Bear, and a Purifier for Clashy. So one of the big things I like about this recent update here in COD is we actually see more than just 12 Annihilators on the map. You know, so it does bring some new levels of excitement as Solid is able to pick up Darky, who he had pinned down in the corner there.
Yeah, End has pretty much played this Hardpoint to perfection so far. Close to max time coming in right there for Exiled, and like we said, Grace having a really solid game so far. 8 kills on the board, spots Clashy over the top of the hop up, and gonna get rid of that cryo bomb to allow them to rotate a little further. Looking to get spawn control. Actually, we do have Grace getting knocked off of her Annihilator as she's looking to flip spawns. That's a big loss for them. Big pickup for Sisu, who doesn't have a ton of kills so far, but right now just anchoring those spawns for them. He will spot Bear as well to pick up another frag, and even though we have a slow start coming in for Truly, really good execution from them right here as Sisu continuing to try to anchor those spawns, just not going to be able to do it all by himself, and it looks like we will have spawn control and hardpoint control coming in for Exiled.
Yeah, absolutely. As Exiled crossed the 100-point mark and truly struggling down here at 16. A lot of this has been great spawn control by the side of Exiled here. Summit is a very long and narrow map, so controlling spawns will quite often net you a large amount of points on these opposite end hard points, as we obviously get respawns basically right on top of the objective if you control the spawn, and all the way across the map if you don't. So definitely got to be watching out for those rotations. Typically you'll have 1, maybe even 2 players sometimes rotate long ways, kind of down by A search, and try to flip spawns down that path. And so far it's been a phenomenal job coming out of Exiled. They're now crossing the 130 mark and are just having a great game here. End 12 kills on the board, Darky 11, Grace 13. And we are struggling to get into double digits here on the side of Truly. And this is looking like it's going to be a incredibly quick game 1 here for Exiled.
Yeah, we actually have N getting the sentry gun out right there. I don't think he's even using persistence. I think that was a straight up 100% score streak sentry gun. Actually finally gets taken out inside the hard point, but with Darky pushing up top, that will close this game out in a very convincing game 1 win, 150-18.
Yeah, great opening performance coming out of Exiled there. So we will definitely have to see if they carry that momentum going into game 2. Exiled, a team that fought very hard for the #1 spot all through last season, did fall a little bit short when it came to the quarterfinals, but have so far had a pretty big performance coming into season 2 here. I mean, they're not like crazy, super undefeated, no signs of struggle or anything, but they are so far doing pretty well, especially here today up against Truly.
Yeah, we do have 1 player actually leaving the lobby right there for Truly in Clashy, so that will result in him being suspended from Thursday's play, so they'll be forced to play without him. I believe they'll be able to use a substitution, but obviously very easy win coming in for Exiled, and based off the way that one went, if I had to guess, the next one will probably not be too challenging either.
Yeah, especially if we don't get a 5th player here for the side of Truly. That would be a unfortunate way to go down, especially with champs right around the corner, as well as our Thursday games. So hopefully Truly can figure out the things that they need with their roster overall, because again, we don't we don't really want to have these one-sided games. Obviously the excitement is really going to roll into watching teams that are even and going back and forth. So definitely hope that these guys are able to get things together for them. But it looks like Truly may just be bowing out.
Yeah, they have accepted the DQ. I don't know what that will mean in regards to scoring. We obviously have Exiled winning game 1, so I'm assuming that's still going to be a plus 20 for them. I don't think we have an official ruling on that, but on the bright side, that does mean we get to hop into the games that we've been looking forward to for most of the nights. Those matchups being Infinix versus Nova Academy and Fierce versus Tribe Gaming. So happening a little bit earlier than expected, but definitely excited to watch both of those matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. See if you can pull up the stream I have in Cord, Bobby.
Let's see. There we go. Think we're good.
Hopefully that'll work out a little bit better.
Yup.
I can't even begin to explain the problems I'm having with cameras right now.
It seems like it's mostly. I mean, I feel that honestly because when I was casting EU this weekend, the way that my camera was going through, it looked fine on my end. My upload speed was fine, and then it would go through on their end, and it would look like it was 480p. It's like, what in the world is happening right now?
That's what's going on with mine. On my end, it's crystal clear. So we've got some pretty janky setup on making this work now.
Yeah.
Because apparently screen sharing is not pixelated, but just the camera does. And it starts off fine for 10 minutes, and then it's just gone.
Yep. We are waiting on Infinix and Nova Academy, aka Nova Imperium, to hop in. Obviously, most players were probably not expecting for the games to happen this early, but hopefully we can get both teams loaded in pretty quickly here.
What is our matchup for the day?
And I believe the two teams are actually scrimming right now, so hopefully once their scrim is done, we should be good.
Well, in their defense, I don't think anybody expected that game to be over that fast.
Yup. Definitely do not blame them for this one.
All right, so yeah, Infinix versus Nova Imperium still to play, and then Fierce versus Tribe. So two of the more exciting matchups, at least in my opinion, still ahead of us. So got to be pretty happy about that.
Absolutely. What happened to Hammers? They disbanded, so Hammers bowed out, opening up some opportunities for people up in Division 1. Obviously, they were one of the top teams at the time, so opportunities now for both Status Quo and Nova Champs. Truly bowing out right there. They're down at 0 points. So basically, for the most part, I think we're just going to go ahead and say 4 teams fighting for that top spot in Division 2, Infinix, Nova Academy, Violence, and Exiled, all within 20 points of each other. So should be fun to see how that battle finishes out, especially on Thursday.
Yeah, definitely have some exciting stuff ahead of us as far as the rest of this tournament. I've had some teams have phenomenal performances. Tribe, obviously a team that struggled all through last season, who will be in our, not the matchup we're about to go into, but the matchup following that. And they've had a much better start to this season. So definitely glad to see them turning things around again, I guess, especially with champs coming up.
I think we got a raid from Hyde.
I know they struggled for quite a bit.
I don't think he used the actual raid function, but I appreciate it regardless.
I mean, both their main roster just to be playing every time, as well as making that adjustment to phone early on. So glad to see them turning things around and coming through with a big performance here in Season 3 of Mobile Mayhem. And of course, we hope they can carry that energy forward towards champs as well as future seasons of Mobile Mayhem as well.
Yep. I believe we are waiting on High and most likely Hacks to get loaded in for Nova, and then we should be good to go. So, even though they didn't even know they were going to be starting on this time, still getting in here more quickly than Truly did.
Yeah, Infinix is usually pretty good about being on time.
Yeah.
We usually, when it's time for Infinix to play, they usually start flooding in all together. So
Tadio with the
usually a team that's pretty good about
254
it, as
Raiders.
well as the guys over here
I
on Nova
appreciate it.
take
Can we
it
get
pretty
some
seriously.
raid
Again,
hype?
can't really give them too much crap today. I'm sure they thought we were going into a search and destroy matchup that was going to take a fair chunk of time. Wanted to get some warm up, last minute warm ups in. So.
All right. I appreciate the raid from Tatio once again. Welcome, everybody. This should definitely be a fantastic matchup. Currently, the two teams tied with the most points, so this one and the one following, which is going to be Fierce versus Tribe, both definitely going to be a blast to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Infinix, a team that really came forward big last season and had some phenomenal performances in Season 1. We definitely saw them struggle with consistency, but all through Season 1, we saw them get better and better. Season 2 came through with really strong performances, much like Exiled struggled coming into the quarterfinals, unfortunately for them, but have had a great start to this season. They picked up Tempo, who has been a phenomenal player for them, and that really brings a new level of excitement to the team. As before, it was just really Tatio and Cheto who are kind of the flashy players here on the side of Infinix, but Envoy, UG have both really stepped this season up. Tempo, as I mentioned, a great addition to this team. But looking over at the side of Nova Imperium, you absolutely cannot sleep on names like High, Vague, Wally, Swag, Zealous, Hacks, a player that when he has his connection working, phenomenal player. So gotta love seeing these guys play for sure, though.
Yep. We got everybody in, just waiting for our players to ready up, and we should be good to go. Yeah. Looks like all our players are about there. We will be hopping into Hardpoint standoff in the first one, so not too surprising to see for the first matchup.
Which will be a good one. There's a lot of opening sniper opportunity as well as standoff, Bobby, a map that we talk about pretty consistently for being kind of almost like a shotgunner's paradise. So
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's no players in this lobby that we typically see shotgun a lot of SMG players for sure. We could potentially see some changes, especially with balance changes and whatnot. We do actually see High pulling out the Fennec right there. Not surprising at all to see in a tight packed map like standoff. So we'll see if he can do some work. He actually switches to the DRH right there.
Hardpoint identified.
But we will have Infinix on strong side of the hard point off the start, high. Throwing out the Molotov right there, slowing the push from Tempo, and Swag does get the first blood onto Envoy using that Locust. Not able to land shots over onto Tempo, but I believe his teammate High actually picked up the kill right there. Is able to land shots onto Envoy. Takes out Yuji as well, and he is in the zone once again. We've seen this time and time again. When he's not in the zone, he's good. When he's in the zone, he is unstoppable. 3 kills off the start, sending the smoke out. And looking to pick up a couple more right here as he's going to go ahead and Molotov that entry point, and Nova Academy up 35-0 off the start.
Yeah, this is a great start for them. Wally has started this one out. He's got 5 kills going on with the Scar here. I was actually about to say I wouldn't be shocked if after the first hardpoint he switches over to the chopper, which we do see him use pretty frequently. But I mean, if you're spraying down with the Scar like you are right now, I definitely got to give you some credit towards staying on that. As we mentioned, 5 kills on the board for him. Tempo struggling to get on the board this time around, but there's a lot of game left ahead of us. We do have some opening points going on over to the side of Nova once again, but it does look like we have gotten things a little bit turned around here for the side of Infinix as they are getting onto this 2-story hardpoint here.
Yeah, and that was definitely a big break for Infinix. They had struggled pretty early on and hadn't really found any momentum, but they caught Nova Academy getting a little bit overzealous and pushing out too aggressively. Ends up being an easy break for them, and just like that, pretty even kill disparity after off the start. It looked like Nova Academy was about to run through this team. We got Cheto already up to 6, as is Titio, and they should be able to pick up the rest of the scrap time right here and actually be able to take the lead, as we do have Titio pushing out, trying to get the break onto the next hard point as well. Getting ready to send the nade over top to see if he can get a frag onto Wally. Will not be able to do so, but sliding the corner right here to see if he can pick one up. He does pick up the kill onto Swag, able to get shots onto Wally as well, and looking like we may very well see another Infinix break coming in right here.
Yeah, and this is going to be kind of the story of this matchup to me, as both of these teams, I feel, are very evenly matched in that they kind of excel in the same areas, right? Like, Infinix is a team that we definitely look forward to seeing play Search and Destroy, you know, specifically for Cheto's sniping potential, as well as Tio and Tempo's slaying potential. Looking over at the side of Nova, obviously we don't have any disparity of snipers over here as well. Having High and Swag over here, they're definitely a team that we look forward. Historically, an incredibly strong Search and Destroy team, dating back to when they were players for Seminole. I think they were 7 for 9 in Search and Destroy in Season 1, so really just goes to show where both of these teams sit. But it's Tio being the first member of either team to cross into double digits, and Cheto is not far behind at 9. Zealous with 8 on the side of Nova.
Nova Academy seems to have almost flatlined right here. They had looked so good off the start. We do see them getting a couple big frags, 1 trap mine, 1 war machine, so that could secure this next hard point for them. But they had started off really, really strong, and it seems like everybody's stuck in that 4 to 5 kill range for the last minute or so, as we do have Infinix taking a pretty solid lead. They're taking upward, but more kills coming in for Infinix right now. The Molotov's the only thing holding them off for the time being, and just like that, Tempo pushes the backside, gets a couple frags on the High and Zealous, and it looks like we're going to have yet another Infinix break, as they've got multiple players on the hill. Cheto laying down more shots. They get another kill on the outside of the hard point and be able to pick up the rest of this scrap time as well. And if you're Nova Academy, you gotta find something to turn this around right now. Nobody really winning their gunfight. Zealous, the only player in double digits. Everybody else kind of stuck in that 6 kill range, and Zealous somehow not even able to win that one. It's not looking great for Nova Academy, who seem to have had a phenomenal start, but not a great finish.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, they opened up with 50 points very, very early on in this game. We do get a quad kill for the side of Nova picked up there, as High finds 2. One of them being with that rocket. Tio crossing into 15 kills. Does have his Goliath available. Cheto just a kill away. This switching to third person randomly stuff is giving me a headache.
Oh my gosh, it's the worst.
So hopefully we'll get that fixed here pretty soon. Cheto able to pick up an Annihilator kill, and we do have contestation on this this point, but with the Goliath coming in for Tio, this is very likely going to end up being a Infinix win, as they are now just 8 points away from a win here. We do have the side of Nova contesting with their life, but can they get in to stop the win for Infinix?
It's just too much firepower. They're too good. Their rotations are too good. I feel like we see that a lot from Infinix. Like, they have a slow start, but once they get into the zone, once they start winning their gunfights, they just continue to accelerate. They just keep hitting you where it hurts, and they absolutely steamrolled toward the end of that game. Tio with 19 kills, Cheto with 13, the dynamic duo slaying out right there. Tio double positive, Cheto very nearly double positive as well, and a very solid closeout to that game for Infinix in game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Big performances coming out of Infinix. Nova started off with big energy and were unable to carry things through, unfortunately for them. But there's a whole lot of game ahead of us, and again, both of these teams we kind of revere at being better at search and destroy than they are in respawn. So this ought to be a really exciting matchup that we have ahead of us between these two teams. I mean, I would put these two teams in just being the top 2 search and destroy teams in the league whatsoever, as far as just consistency goes across the board. So pretty happy that we have this one ahead of us today, especially since we are a little bit short on games today.
Yep. Definitely, I mean, given how good Infinix has been over the past couple of seasons in Search and Destroy, if you're Nova Academy, you're definitely banking on your snipers making some big plays right here. Obviously, you do have both High and Swag who are capable of hitting some big shots. Obviously, nobody bad on this roster, but they were just not able to get anything going in that game. Hopefully, we will see them bounce back, because I would love to see a game 3 between these two teams. But obviously, Cheto, who's been so good for Infinix throughout, it's probably going to end up being a 1v2 in regards to the sniper matchups. There's a chance that we'll see High not whipping out the sniper and actually go in AR. He's a little bit more back and forth, and pretty much guarantee that we'll see Swag sniping off the start. But those players, I would say Cheto and Swag will likely set the tone for this game.
Yeah, especially on firing range, a map that has been around for Call of Duty and been a reoccurring map for Call of Duty for quite some time. Definitely got to be looking for it. The rocket, Cheto just able to slide out of the way and finds the wallbang onto Swag. Big opening kill for the side of Infinix.
And just like that, we do get a trade coming in. Wally able to take out Envoy, but Tempo picking up 1 for himself. Infinix will be at the advantage off the start, and with both snipers down, it's not looking great. We do have a couple frags coming in, but now a 1v3 for Vague, and shots going through the wall, just trying to stay alive and regen right now. Will not be an easy one to close out. Cheto peeking out that window to see if he can manage to land a snipe. Vague actually finds an angle to be able to peek out the top side of that area, and actually going for the hop-up right there. Beautiful shots on the inside of Trailer. We do have one player inside of American, and Vague very weak. Jumping up into the back of the truck, and the laser from his gun, no doubt very visible right there, makes the frag nice and easy for Tio, and we will have Infinix taking the first round 1-0.
Yeah, again, that was a big opening pick for Cheto there. We did have the return kill going over to Nova, but as you mentioned, UG was able to get the trade at backs to keep things in their favor, and now it actually looks like we have a strong B-side push coming out of the side of Infinix, which you typically wouldn't see Cheto make this rotation, but he is right here with the team ready to go, and it's going to be Vague trading 1-for-1.
Yeah, just beautiful movement right there for Tio, playing multiple angles, not getting over aggressive on any of his challenges, and able to win that gunfight. It is now 2 players remaining once again for Nova Academy, who's just not in rhythm right now. Yeah, Swag in a 1v4. He's got the pistol out, just trying to make something happen right here. Yuji knows exactly what the game plan is. Sends out the RPG, and a really, really strong 2-0 lead coming in for Infinix. As Vague and Wally, the only players for Nova Academy that have picked up any kills so far. None on the board for Envoy, but to be honest, Infinix hasn't really needed a whole lot of help so far, with Tempo, Tatio, and Yuji combining for 9 kills through the first 2 rounds. But Swag, seeming to have found his rhythm a little bit, lands the wallbang through top of wood right there. That will finally give Nova Academy a little bit of breathing room, but as I say it, Cheto spots him over top of the head glitch. Just nothing going the way of Nova Academy as Cheto lands another, and it's now a 1v4. Zealous in top of 10, spotted from behind, can't win the gunfight. Envoy picks up his first frag of the game, and a 3-0 lead for Infinix. Looking like this might not quite be the matchup we thought it would be.
Yeah, I definitely would have expected this to be a little bit closer so far. Firing range can lean a lot of favor into the attacking team, so you do have to credit that. But in general, you also just have to credit Cheto with finding the snipes when the team needs them most. Swag, as you mentioned, was able to find a big kill onto Tatio and actually gets another one out of Tempo, but Cheto comes around the corner, picks up another double kill, and this is a great game for Cheto here.
Yeah, I think Cheto might be able to go for the defuse, or no. Are they on the offensive? Yeah, they are on the offensive. He just finds.
Oh my
He
goodness.
seems to always know the exact angle he needs to play. No doubt communication from his teammates playing a big factor right there as well. But 6 kills through the first 4 rounds. Does miss what seemed to be an easy shot on the high, but it doesn't matter. Hits the follow-up, doesn't let the miss affect his confidence, and 7 kills through 4 rounds for the reigning marksman of the split in Mobile Mayhem, and looking like he's coming for that top spot once again.
Yeah, definitely looking for it, as we do have another big B-side push. 4-0 in favor of Infinix right now. Definitely not the way I had expected this match to go. I mean, again, both of these teams incredibly strong search and destroy teams. But a 4-0, not the way I really expected it to go. Definitely a lot of opportunity still for Nova to turn things around, especially moving into our next round. We'll have things switching over, but so far it's just trades back and forth. Wally, pretty low here, but he will survive.
Yeah, Cheto not able to find anybody yet. Wally's actually going to peek that angle. How did he hit that? He was sliding. He had every advantage right there, and it didn't matter. Cheto with 8 kills through 5 rounds. It's all down to Swag right there. Spots Yuji, but can't land the shot. Slides the corner, can't hit. Oh my goodness, just nothing going his way. Nova Academy struggling to take just 1 round, and Cheto with all the confidence in the world, 8 kills, and they will finally flip sides. We'll see whether or not that changes anything for Nova Academy.
Yeah, it does look like we have Cheto going top 10 here instead of challenging the long shot, but looking to find the angle. Man, that is a horrible start here for Nova, but fortunately they're able to return things and even things up 3-3, and then Wally is going to take down Tatio. That is a big pick for the side of Nova.
Yeah, Wally absolutely needed that one, and they have a man advantage for the first time all game. Cheto's still alive, so they definitely cannot let their guard down. Envoy's still alive over on truck side as well, and pushing down to the B site. Will not find anybody there. We actually see Nova Academy rotating all the way back toward the A bomb site. They should be able to pick up the bomb right here, and just barely dodging the snipe from Cheto. He's going to go ahead and peek trailer area with the bomb getting picked up. They're going to be ready, but he is more ready. Drops Wally right there. It's now a 2v2. Vague taking shots as well. He'll be able to regen and pre-fire in the corner. Basically doing everything possible to make sure Cheto is not able to land a snipe onto him. Finds a player outside. Gets hit markered right there. That's the first time we've seen one of Cheto's snipes not land a kill. And he is now in a 1v2, but based off how this game's gone for him so far, probably not too uncomfortable. Hits the shot onto Vague. Now a 1v1. Pulls out the nade at the worst possible time. If he hits that, I was about to say, if he would have won that one, it would have just... Nova Academy, it's time to disband. Let Infinix have both of your spots.
Yeah, that was almost a big clutch for Cheto. 10 kills on the board for this madman here today. Absolutely dominating with the sniper, which we do expect to see. Does challenge the long sight lines this time, but is not going to get any opposition from the side of Nova. It looks like they're just trying to play it safe, and they are certainly playing it slow as High does have the sniper out this round, maybe looking for a little bit more of that long range pressure. But that is going to make it a little bit difficult for them to get the plant in, especially since they weren't able to find an opening pick. And High misses the shot onto Yuji there.
Whew, Cheto tries to thread the needle onto Swag. It is High picking up first blood. That is absolutely huge for them. Swag on the backside. Cheto waiting for him to peek that corner, but not able to make anything happen quite yet. He's going to go ahead and peek American right here as well. And one player peeking, but Swag not able to hit the shot. Cheto makes him pay. The trophy system will disappear right here. Now 11 kills on the board for him. Infinix down 2 players. He sees the player on the backside, not able to land the shot in High. Really right now just needs to play time. He's kind of ego challenging at this point. No reason for him to try to take that fight, but still looking to hit the snipe onto Cheto, and Cheto is just, he's an absolute madman right now. 13 kills for him. A 1v1 right here. Cheto's got to make the push, to be honest.
Yeah, he definitely has to push in. There's not a lot of time on the board. High is going to get the gunfight, though, pulling out the MP5. 2 on the board now for the side of Nova. It's a long way for them to make the comeback, but they absolutely could turn this around if they're able to win the next 4 rounds. They've got to keep this energy moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, was...
Vague,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Vague is really having a big performance. A lot of these rounds that have gone, well, both of these rounds that have gone in their favor at this point, Vague has been able to pick up a big double kill for the team. And High is actually able to find the opening pick that he was looking for this time around. And that's going to give a man advantage going over to the side of Nova. And now they have an opportunity to go ahead and move up and get this A side plant. And force the side of Infinix to start fighting against the clock.
Yeah, High played that last play about as well as he possibly could have. Didn't try to push anything he didn't need to. Use the power of the Heglitch on that bomb site to his favor. And once again, Cheto wins the gunfight onto Swag. Knows exactly where High is. And High just trying to bait shots right now. We do see the Molotov coming out over the top. High really wants that kill, but it's now Cheto and Yuji versus the 2 remaining Nova players. High and Zealous would definitely like to make this a little bit more manageable, especially with Cheto pushing right here. Yuji gets the double kill, and it's not even gonna matter. Infinix closing this one out and running away with the win, 6-2.
Yeah, Cheto, phenomenal performance here today. 14 kills in Search and Destroy. Leading the team there with that sniper. Yuji, really big performance as well. I believe he finished with 11. Tatio, we did see struggle quite a bit, though. Even though this did seem to be a very one-sided match in favor of Infinix, which, again, moving into Search and Destroy, would not have expected it to have gone this much in favor of Infinix. But Tatio, typically top fragger for the team, struggled here with 4 kills. I don't know if it's just because Yuji and Cheto were
they were just hogging all the kills
but...
for themselves. Let's be honest. Like, there is not a whole lot to be had with how many kills Cheto was picking up right there. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, definitely didn't leave a lot of kills on the board to be found, but, yeah. You know.
We are getting ready to hop into our final matchup of the night. You said y'all didn't spectate what happened to Vague and Zealous?
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That slide shot was just god tier, Benzo.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was some of the best sniping I've ever seen. And there's always that one guy in chat that says, go check out Flacco's vid. He's better. Guys.
Flacco participates in MM. We'll see.
Flacco received the business in stage 4, so I think we can put all the Flacco. No disrespect to him. Obviously, he's still a pro player, still a great player, but Cheto doing that on a phone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Cheto, absolutely nutty player. Absolutely nutty.
We do have Tribe getting loaded in. Once we get Fierce in here, we should be good to go for our final matchup of the night.
And this will be a big test for Tribe as well. Again, we kind of have been having to harp a little bit on the underperformance that we had out of Tribe last season, but they've come through and opened up strong this season of Mobile Mayhem. And, again, we really like to see them carry that energy through and have a big performance. But, this is one of those teams that they really have to pull their A game out against. And it's a good measure of, just how far they've been able to come here on the phones themselves. Going up against Fierce, another one of those teams that has consistently been at the top of the board. Another one of those teams that, unfortunately, despite such a dominating performance last season throughout the whole season, did struggle going into the quarterfinals, but still overall a incredibly strong team. They've definitely had some roster change-ups as well, and we'll have to see how that goes going up against Tribe here today. We do have Little B in, so he's had some really big performances for Tribe here this season, and we will have to see if he's able to. I don't want to say carry Tribe, but in that first week, it certainly was. He had such a good performance. I mean, I even got memed in chat or by chat a little bit, uh, talking about Lil B carrying, and they were like, "Wow, haven't heard that in such a long time." But again, Tribe just struggled all through the second season, and they've had phenomenal performances here in season 3. So definitely excited to see this matchup.
For sure. Just waiting on Fierce to get loaded in right here, obviously. Another matchup that happened a little bit earlier than planned, but hopefully we can get them loaded in. Probably, if I had to guess, we'll likely see Sneaky in here. Might be able to cause a little bit of trouble for Little B, so that's definitely a matchup that we'll be keeping an eye out for. Obviously, this Fierce team getting a couple of changes throughout the last season, but still a very, very solid team and going to be contending heavily in that Division 1 top spot.
I do gotta take Sneaky with a little bit of grain of salt. He does struggle a little bit to find a lot of the big feeds that we normally see him have throughout the normal season. He does clutch things up really, really heavily when everything starts to count. So we'll have to see what performance he brings today. But I mean, he was our marksman of the split in season 1.
Yep.
And I think he came in 3rd last season, and then made us pretty much eat it. Well, made a lot of people pretty much eat their words, as they were able to really, really turn things around, specifically against Infinix, who we saw Cheto winning those. Again, we just saw Cheto with such a big performance. Winning those matchups against Sneaky all season long, but then when it came down to the quarterfinals, as well as the last week of the season overall, Sneaky just really popped off and was a big key player for the side of Fierce. So definitely got to be looking to see if he's able to bring his A game today, or if we're going to get that typical middle of the season, a little bit lackluster sniping performance that we have out of him. Not that it's bad, we just you either get Sneaky that drops 4 or 5 kills, or you get Sneaky that drops 25 kills.
Exactly.
There's not a lot of in between for him.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I see any Fierce players online, which is unusual. Typically, they're just in a game or something, and maybe they are, and I haven't scrolled far enough through. Let's see if I can find it, because I believe that I have Sneaky yet. I know I deleted a bunch of people the other day, but I tried to pay relatively close attention to who I was deleting, but maybe I didn't do a very good job of that.
Well, sometimes that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. I don't. Is there a friends list limit here in COD Mobile?
Yeah, I think it's like 300. It used to be 100.
Yeah, that's I'm a for anybody in chat who doesn't know, I am a big Fire Emblem player, and Fire Emblem has a 100 player max, and a lot of my streamer friends always complain about that because they have to delete people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, COD was able to open things up and broaden the friends list spectrum that you guys are able to have here.
Yeah. It used to be 100, and I used to have to delete people on a daily basis as well. It was so
Yeah.
annoying. And at that point, I was just like, okay, I'm not adding people anymore. I'll play with the people I've got added.
You're
and
here or you're not.
If you're not added, too bad.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get these guys in here pretty soon. Again, this has been a matchup I've been looking forward to throughout the day, and it does look like we have Forsaken coming in. I'm a little disappointed. We haven't seen Forsaken use the kilo and the baseball bat this season.
Yeah.
And
that was
and,
definitely one of the highlights of the last season.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely think that was one of the more exciting matchups to watch.
Yeah.
And then, in all honesty, I mean, a lot of times, at least then we would have considered, the baseball bat or, I mean, even the kilo at the time we would have considered kind of more of a troll weapon rather than not even just off meta. It just realistically wasn't used, but he had a big performance that day, so definitely would like to see him use a little bit more of the kilo, and because we're starting to see it more from a couple other players. For example, earlier Olev, or Velo, whichever way he would like it pronounced. I'll have to get with him and double check, but he's been having big performances with the kilo as well. So
Yeah.
I would like to see a couple other players branch out and use that.
Basically, just a really long range shotgun. That's effectively what it is.
Pretty much.
Just waiting for a couple more players, probably Sneaky and one other, and we should be good to go. For those of you who were not here early on, Arsenal, aka Hammers, did disband. So they have been eliminated from the competition, making things a little bit easier for the players in, I believe it's Division 1.
I believe so too. That sounds right.
One more, and we should be good to go for our final match of the night. We do have Jez joining up right there, so no Sneaky appearances, at least for the time being. Could potentially change whenever we do hop into Search and Destroy, but
Definitely would expect to see him come and Search and Destroy.
Yeah, game 1's going to be Hardpoint firing range, Fierce versus Tribe. Our second matchup of the night. Waiting for our players to ready up, and we should be good to go.
And of course, going into Hardpoint on firing range, we definitely would expect to see some, at least some persistence users. I mean, maybe not a full 5 team. You don't have as much VTOL value in Hardpoint because a lot of the Hardpoints are indoors, versus something like firing range domination where all of the points are outdoors. But there's definitely big opportunity. Cluster strikes can really limit the rotations the enemy can make, so definitely be expecting to see some of those Predator missiles, and probably some Goliaths as well, because Goliaths again do tend to excel when a lot of your objective control is indoors, and as I just mentioned, a lot of firing range Hardpoint, I mean, shy of like the first Hardpoint, is all indoors, so definitely be looking out for those.
Chad is trifling right now. Sneaky. Wait, did Sneaky play for Hammers?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was on Fierce.
No, he was on Hammers with Mike and them.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
I didn't want to call you out on that, but
Yeah, you're right.
I was hoping chat would just miss it. But we are getting into game one here between Hammers and Fierce, so hopefully we will get to see a big performance out of Beamed. He has been a really big player this season for the side of Fierce, as it is Forsaken and Slothy opening things up. Forsaken actually finds a double kill here to start things off, and no points on the Hardpoint yet, but this is very typical for center of the map hardpoints, where there's so much openness to where the respawns are able to see this central area within a couple seconds. Makes it very difficult to rack up a bunch of points, but right now this is a really big start for the side of Fierce. They've got crossing into the 20-point mark.
We do have Forsaken with 4 kills on the board already, and as I expected somebody would at some point, we do have Rabalo rocking the HBK right there. A gun that I'm anticipating we'll probably see become more and more common, but Tectonic using the power of that truck head glitch to win that gunfight, and looking to secure spawns and map control over on this American side. Nose players will be pushing up top side. Not able to land shots up there quite yet, but we do have Tribe pretty well established on the hard point, with Rabalo picking up another HVK kill right there. Shots coming in from Fierce, and Tectonic very nearly able to hold the hard point, but not going to be able to do so, and it is a really strong 43-0 lead for Fierce off the start.
Yeah, big start for Fierce, as they are crossing 50 points here on the second hardpoint. Tribe definitely need to turn things around, and this is again a team that has absolutely phenomenal players, but has definitely struggled throughout a large portion of this map. I do want to make note that Marshy is running the stealth copter here. This is actually really big for a lot of the rotations that come through on hardpoint firing range. Can really limit what the side of Fierce are able to do if it stays up in the air too long.
We got Forsaken picking up kill number 8, and just nothing going the way of Tribe Gaming right now. Forsaken just barely didn't peek that angle quite long enough. We'll go to top wood, spots a number of players, and finally taken out by Tectonic in top of wood. You have Tribe pushing for control of that trailer, and finally able to take out Slothy right there, but 3, make it 4 players inside. Jez very nearly taken out, but just chilling up on top of that tilted table, and now nearly 100 points coming in without Tribe getting any time on the hill. Leon struggling, Marshy struggling, Bolu struggling. Tectonic and Little B, the only players above that 2-kill mark, and if you're Tribe Gaming, ultimately what it's coming down to right now is you just got to win your gunfights.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the rotations. A lot of these rotations we see the side of Fierce very, very far ahead, doing a great job. Forsaken has his Goliath ready, has his Pred missile ready, has the cluster strike ready. So a lot of big opportunity looking forward out of him. We do get the trophy system coming down to block out the Pred there, so excellent use out of Tribe there. But kind of got to take it with a grain of salt, as we do have the side of Fierce crossing the 140-point mark.
I think it's going to be 150-0. There's cluster strikes coming in. There's Pred missiles coming in. There are still plenty of Goliaths yet to be played. I do not think that Tribe is going to get a second on the hill, and for the first time in Mobile Mayhem history, it's going to be a 150-0.
Yeah, that's certainly rough for Tribe. We've seen the 151 a couple times, but 150-0 is, as you mentioned, a first, and that is a big struggle if you are the side of Tribe, because again, this is once upon a time a team that we had revered to be the best, if not just at least one of the best respawn teams, and that is certainly not the Tribe we just watched.
Yeah, so I mean, if you just look at the scoreboard, it comes down to the bottom fraggers have got to give more. We got Leon 2-12, Marshy 2-13, Bolu 2-13. If you're those guys, you just got to win your gunfights. I don't know if you need more of a warm-up. I don't know what it is, but you just cannot have multiple players going 2-13 or worse. And Little B actually not Little B and Tectonic, not a bad game. They weren't able to get any map control, but even if you don't have any map control, you just got to win more gunfights than that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, not a lot to be said about that one other than Tribe, as you mentioned, needs to win the gunfights. Maybe could have had some cleaner rotations, but they really just need to turn things around and come through with a strong search and destroy performance here. They definitely have an opportunity where they could push us to a game 3, but not if they play the way they just played there. I mean, granted, search and destroy definitely is a bit different in the fact that you only have one life, obviously, but Lil B will have the sniper out here on Tunisia. And it is going to be, it looks like, Beamed over on the side of Fierce. And Beamed, again, just been such a phenomenal player here for the side of Fierce. You definitely expect to see him come through with a big performance. But it's really going to boil it down to Lil B for this game, is if Lil B can win the early trades. And unfortunately, clips a hit marker there. I think he might have clipped the wall a little bit. And Beamed is going to pick up that quick scope and win that trade. And now this is a great position to be in if you are Fierce, as we do have Raballo looking to make his rotation up and try to get the bomb plant. But it is going to be Leon fighting Slothy.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Leon. Actually doesn't spot Raballo down below, and that is going to cost him. Raballo's going to be able to get the bomb plant down, and now Bolu all by himself. Just that's another one of those gunfights. You get the first shot, you just gotta win it. He's not able to do it right there, and once again, we do have Fierce at the advantage off the start. It looks like Jez has actually pulled out the Arctic 50. We'll see if that's something he's going to stick with. And taking a look at Beamed, who was able to win that initial sniper battle with Little B over that mid side. He's going to peek it once again. Nobody peeking the opposite side for Tribe off the start. And it seems like Tribe content to play this one a little bit more passive, especially since the aggressive approach definitely did not pay off for them in that first round.
Yeah, definitely didn't, and they have to turn things around here. They certainly don't want to go back into the slump they had last season. They've come through with such strong performances. I definitely want to see more out of them. And again, a lot of that is going to boil down to just winning the gunfights. Even in that last round where Bolu and Leon were both able to pick up a kill, it unfortunately was at the cost of basically a 1-for-2 trade on the side of Tribe. And there is Leon picking up a kill, but is going to get dropped. But fortunately for Tribe, we do have a player advantage right now, and we do not have bomb down yet. So they're not fighting against the clock. It is currently Fierce struggling with just 50 seconds on the board, making their way back over to B, which obviously they don't know for sure, but it is clear, so we could see Raballo get a pretty quick plant here, and that would turn the tables a little bit on Tribe. We still have the member advantage, but it is going to be Tribe now fighting against the clock, where they have to pick up the kills as well as get the defuse in the next 45 seconds.
And honestly, for Tribe, it was fortunate that Leon managed to pick up any kill right there. That was probably a 6 to 7 second long gunfight, and against anything besides a sniper, that probably would have been an easy frag for Fierce, but it is now a one-man advantage coming in for Tribe, and just like that, the shredding power of the HVK coming in. Raballo gets the two-piece. Can he make it a 3? Slides behind. Pre-fires the corner, not able to land the shots. Jumps around. Bolu finally able to win the gunfight, and it's now a 1v1. Jez, I think, might be AFK. Oh, and Bolu's not going to be able to get it, as Jez plays that almost as perfectly as he possibly could have. And it's going to be a 2-0 lead for Fierce off the start.
Yeah, Fierce, a big start there, as you mentioned. Jez coming through for the team when they needed him. Tucked away in that corner, knew he had to check the bomb in those last couple seconds. That or just openly heard the defuse. I mean, it's hard to say, but does look like he may once again be a little bit AFK, which is unfortunate for Fierce. But Raballo making a very aggressive A-side push this time. He does have the bomb, so he has to be cautious. If he does go down, you really got to be careful where you drop that bomb. Not only would your team then be down a player, but they would also have to pick up a bomb underneath the nose of Tribe, who are obviously going to be set up. And Jez still AFK in spawn.
Yeah, Beam just overlooking that A-bomb site, just trying to see if he can manage to find a pick. No doubt his laser sight visible for the opposing team, so probably Cobbs coming in for Tribe could result in an easy pick for Little B, who is able to get first blood right there onto Forsaken. A big confidence builder for him, as he's not yet picked up a kill, and once again peeking that mid side. We got Slothy sliding through. Little B not quite able to hit the shot, and waiting for the push around that corner, but there won't be anybody there. You have Raballo laying down shots over onto the A site. 4 kills coming in for him already. They're actually going to counter-rotate over toward mid. And Little B waiting around that corner. It could be an easy kill for him if he times it right, but he does not. He'll drop right there. Now a 4v4. Raballo still holding the bomb, and after picking up the frag, is going to go plant on B. We got Beam taking out Tectonic right there. A big loss for Tribe, and shots coming in from Marshy, who's still not able to win the gunfight. Now a 4v2 going the way of Fierce, and not a whole lot to work with if you're Tribe. Leon not able to win the gunfight as we got Beamed hitting another quick scope right there. Bolu in hot pursuit, but you gotta wonder, is it even worth it for him to try to go for the frag right there? It doesn't even matter. Raballo wins the gunfight, and now a 3-0 lead for Fierce, who is just steamrolling Tribe Gaming right now.
Yeah, and this is unfortunate to see Tribe come through again with such a big opening this season, really turn things around. Really, I think, actually impressed a lot of people to be able to come back from such a bad season 2. But it is Lil B finding the kill onto Raballo to open things up. I don't think, because obviously it was a quick scope, he did not see that he had bomb down there. He immediately flicked and turned around. So I don't, well, I guess Leon now making the rotation over will be calling that out for the team. And I would definitely expect to see Tribe making their way over for a defense. But man, Tribe somehow just manages to find a team full of kills there. Jez now comes back as he is the last member alive. Can he find the 1v5 clutch?
Oh!
He finds a Colette!
If that had been the start of the 1v5, that would have been the clip of the season. Unfortunately, not able to find anything else after the collat, and just sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good, you know? They does find the Tribe players lining up right there, gets the double. But we'll get taken out. Tribe able to avoid the I guess the double goose egg, you can call it. Little B pushing topside, and once again, Jez the only player remaining for Fierce's. There seems to be a random burst of confidence for this Tribe Gaming team, who got 150 to 0 in the first game, was down 3-0, but now seems to have completely regained their confidence. Jez taking shots, does get the first one, but not able to follow up, and Bolu gets the refrag for his teammate right there. We will be flipping sides, and things starting to look a little bit more manageable for Tribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll see Jez come back here. Does look like he's here this round, so definitely gives a little bit more leeway to Fierce. Again, they have been winning with Jez very in and out as far as his performance goes. He does have the MP5 out this time, and this is a very, very aggressive push coming out of the side of Fierce here. Looks like they may get a clean behind rotation as Tribe does get the bomb plant down. But again, all of the side of Fierce coming from behind. This could be rough for Tribe as Raballo picks up a kill on Lil B.
Yeah, he's going to get the trophy system down top side, looking to pick up a second kill, and will Molotov that backside, preventing any type of push from that bottom side for Tribe. Tectonic round the corner, not able to evade the shots of Raballo, but it actually is Leon right there picking up the RPG kill, and just like that, we are tied up at 3-3, 3 rounds in a row, going the way of Tribe Gaming. Bolu and Leon having much better games than we saw from them in that Hardpoint, going 2-12 and 2-13 respectively. Definitely a good sign for them that they were able to turn it around. And a big mid push right here. Miraculously enough, nobody dead for either team. We finally have Tectonic getting the first blood onto Slothy, and once again, Tribe Gaming at the advantage. Tectonic going mid side, actually with the rotation all the way over toward B. We will have a couple players waiting there for Fierce, as we do have Jez up on the top side, proning back and forth, but Tectonic with the perfectly placed Molotov. Ooh! Nearly perfectly placed, and unfortunately for them, Jez will be perfectly fine, chilling up top. Tectonic doesn't hear the shots from the silence. QQ9. It's going to be an easy frag, and Tribe now down a man, but Bolu wins the gunfight. Absolutely huge. Little B and Bolu versus Robalo and Beamed. This is a big round right here, an absolute momentum swinger for whoever comes away with the win. Bolu does have the bomb. Little B not able to find that consistency and barely clipped from behind by Robalo. Now a 1v2 for Bolu, but he's been really big for Tribe so far. Robalo and Beam pretty content to play that B site. And no
Bolu did pick up bombs, so
yeah,
this is at least a good opportunity for Tribe to get the plant. And then maybe Bolu can clean things up for the team. He'll be able to set up, possibly be expecting the rotation there, but he's obviously got to play it very, very safe here.
Yeah, he's playing this about as perfectly as he could, but Beam, the shots were just too clean right there. It is Fierce coming out on top. Now 4-3, the 1 round advantage, and honestly for Bolu, just unfortunate. Wasn't able to have the peekers advantage, even though he knew where they were going to be coming from, and beautiful shots coming in from Fierce right there to win the round. We do have Tectonic throwing down the trophy system, now pushing that A site. He does have the bomb, and no defense right now for Fierce. Should be a pretty easy plant, and now the pressure is on for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tribe definitely need this. They're able to have a player advantage. They have bomb planted as well. So now we do have Fierce fighting against the clock. Unfortunately, last round for Tribe, obviously going up against Beamed in that gunfight, gonna be rough. As again, we mentioned right at the beginning that he's been such a big player for this team. But man, Bolu finds a double, and Marshy able to pick up the triple kill there for Tribe. It's now a lonely Jez who tried to just sneak.
I think he was like, wait, nobody shot at me yet. Maybe I'll just go for the ninja defuse right here. It looked like he might get away with it, but obviously does get spotted, and just like that, we were tied up at 4-4. Thankfully enough, a much more competitive game than we had in game number 1. The first 150-0 in Mobile Mayhem history, and definitely not the move right there for Tribe. Just blindly pushes through smoke. 2 players drop to a Molotov, somehow only down 1 player right now, but with Robalo spraying over that head glitch with an HVK, he will get flashbang, but ooh, dice to the nade from Leon, actually perfectly played. He's got the Echo right now, which is not a terribly versatile gun. He's 100% going to need to play very patient right here and see if he can manage to get a pick, and will likely need to pick up another gun for him to have a shot at closing out this round. Won't spot anybody over to the right. Gonna hop down, pre-fires the corner, hits the first shot, turns around, not able to hit the second shot onto Slothy, and it is now match point for Fierce, looking to close this out in a 2-0 versus Tribe.
Yeah, Fierce in a great spot here, especially coming off of that phenomenal hardpoint win, where if they're able to pick up this round, they'll obviously close it out 2-0. They'll pick themselves up 20 points for Tuesday, and really have a lot of momentum moving for them going into the Thursday games as well. Obviously, this is the last match of the night. 1-for-1 trade, and then Leon, unfortunately, is going to get chunked pretty hard by that Molly, and this is looking very much so like a Fierce win. And
I mean, when you've got 1 player in a corner and 3 players pushing at the same time, there's just not a whole lot that you're going to be able to do. So we will have Fierce coming away with the win. That will have big implications for Division 1, as at the time, we actually had Tribe in the lead. That will give Fierce a 10-point lead, I believe, moving them up to 50 points. Tribe will obviously stay at 40. Both of them pretty well positioned to still make it to the playoffs, but if you're Tribe Gaming, you definitely got to get some reps in your respawn game modes, because that respawn was one of the most painful ones that I have ever seen. The 150-0, like we said, just not what you'd like to see out of your players. And we did get a really solid comeback from them at the end. Little B not playing the role that we would typically like for him to be able to, going 3-7 right there. So gonna need to brush up on the snipes, but definitely a good bounce back and not a complete and total confidence loss for Tribe, as they were able to fight back well, but it was just too little too late, and Fierce able to close it out.
Yeah, big plays out of Fierce here again, setting Mobile Mayhem history with the 150-0 win over Tribe. Tribe definitely got to see them come back with a better performance on Thursday. They turned things around quite a bit there in Search and Destroy, putting 4 on the board, so at least not getting swept in Search and Destroy as well. But I believe that should be all for us tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be it. I appreciate everybody watching. We will be live again on Thursday. And keep in mind, a lot of these guys are going to be playing in the Stage 4 Championships on Saturday and Sunday as well. So make sure you guys check that out on the official Call of Duty mobile channel. That's going to be it for us today. Make sure to show some love to whoever it is that we end up rating. But that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time.